Welcome to the Rent to Rent Success podcast, the only podcast entirely dedicated to helping you achieve rent to rent success. We talk about the ethical way to get you started in property without buying it. This is our place to inspire each other to believe bigger, to be bolder, and to be game changers for good. Property investors and sisters Stephanie and Nicky Taylor are your guides on this exciting ride. Let's start up the engines and get ready to fly. Hello, hello, hello. It's Stephanie here and welcome to episode 48 of Ask the Angels, where we answer your rent-to-rent questions. And if you would like to have your question answered here, go to renttoRentSuccess.com/ask. That's ASK, renttoRentSuccess.com/ask. And you can actually record audio and record your question for me there, and I'll answer it here. So today I have a question from Gailann, and Gailann's question is this. I'm signing up to the PRS, but I'm not sure which membership best suits the rent-to-rent model. Could you assist me on this? Great question, Gailann. Maybe this is you too. You understand the concept of rent to rent. You're setting up your business by asking questions in Facebook groups, listening to this podcast, Googling, watching YouTube. But each step of the way, you have more questions. You know that PRS membership is needed, but which one is the best one? You know you need to request the HMO landlord list from the council, but what exactly do you say? And what if they say no? And you want landlords to call you, but what do you say when you do? So today's question is about the PRS, the Property Redress Scheme. Each step along the way, there are multiple questions when you come to implementation. But let me take a step back. The PRS is the government's consumer redress scheme for property. The Property Redress Scheme. And this is how it describes itself. It says it's to provide an impartial service that considers consumer complaints about a variety of property-related issues. All property agents who carry out estate, lettings, and property management work have a legal responsibility to belong to a redress scheme. And if at any point the consumer feels the service of one of our members has provided falls short of what is expected, then they can raise a complaint. So basically, it's a legal requirement that rent-to-rent business owners join the Property Redress Scheme, and it's a service so that consumers can make complaints against us. And it's a government agency, as I say. So we need to be members of it. And Gailann is asking which membership is best for rent-to-renters. The options offered at the moment are agents or property professionals. It used to be different, but now the choices are agents or property professionals. And the option for rent-to-rent business is agents. Property professionals sounds like it could be it, but property professionals in the PRS context is something different. And it's that detail of how to implement each step that either helps you move fast with certainty, or it keeps you moving slowly with hesitation, because each step along the way, you've got to go out there and you're not sure if the people who you're asking actually know the answers. And maybe they don't have the full information. Maybe they don't run a rent-to-rent business. There's a lot of people out there giving advice who don't actually run a rent-to-rent business. And that's what the Rent-to-Rent Kickstarter mentorship program is. It's everything you need step by step with the exact action steps and copy and paste templates, even down to what to select on the PRS site. And more importantly, when you join the PRS, they will write to you and ask you about client money protection. And they'll say that they're not allowing you to join the PRS until you've bought it. So as in Kickstarter, you'll see that we've got the templates of how to reply to that email. So in summary, join the PRS as an agent rather than a property professional. As I say, it's so important to know these details so you don't make expensive mistakes. Whatever new business you're starting, there's so much to know, but there's also so many shortcuts and so many top tips. So make sure that you're starting from clarity instead of confusion. And if you'd like our 6-step rent-to-rent success system, get our free masterclass and guide. It's at rent2rentsuccess.com/guide, GUIDE. And if you're in the Rent to Rent Kickstarter program with us, you'll have all of this step by step. It's M3.10, all about getting legal. And there you'll have your checklist and also your workbook about how to implement all this. So thanks so much for asking your question, Gailann. As I say, if you have a question, do go to rent2rentsuccess.com/ask. And you can ask your question there. That's all from me today. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being with me here today. If you would like more, we've written the #1 best-selling book on rent to rent. You can find it at rent2rentsuccess.com/book. Reviewers on Amazon have described it as the best rent-to-rent HMO book and also as a definitive reference guide and inspirational. Take your next step today and buy the book. You can find it at rent2rentsuccess.com/book. And I'll see you again next time. Until then, remember, believe bigger, be bolder, be a game changer.